Hi, I'm Julia. Welcome to Julia Lives. Today I'm going to give you a full tour and review of the historic Cavalier Hotel and Beach Club in Virginia Beach, Virginia. These are private residents next door to the property. It's part of a gated community. So in my case, I left very early in the morning and I had to go out through a gate, an electronic gate. So the entrance here is also somewhat restricted. This, of course, is the beautiful lobby when you enter. This is off of the valet parking. Valet is actually required. There is no parking lot here. I stayed at the Marriott across the street for one night, which has a parking structure, and asked if I could just keep my car there and walk, but they said that gets too complicated. Now, this is where you'll be greeted upon arrival. They offer you champagne or water. The check-in process was very easy, no wait. This is a very high-end property. I paid $458 for one night through Expedia. However, I was overcharged $24 for a minibar wine, which I did not have. I did put a Diet Coke in the refrigerator, and I'm still waiting to hear about the credit for that to see if that threw off the weight of the bar. This is a Marriott property. Now, the price that I gave you is in the off season. If you look up pricing for the summer, you're going to find that a room here for one night will go for anywhere between $740 and $790 per night. And so I do feel like going in the off season was a great way to see this gorgeous property. There's so much attention to detail. When I checked in, I received a text asking if I needed anything for the room. I then had somebody come down offering turn down service. This is a Marriott property. Right across the street is the Marriott Oceanfront. So of course that's a sister property, but also the Embassy Suites, which they consider more family friendly. The beach is a shared area, so all three properties access the same beach. However, the Cavalier has its own private beach club. I'll show you pictures of it. It was not open during my stay, so full access was not available to me. However, if you wanted to, for instance, for me, I stayed at the Marriott. Had I known that they were sister properties when I booked, I might have tried somewhere else. Now look at this. This is the indoor pool, which is heated. The Marriott did not have this on their property, but this was just gorgeous. And the overlook at night, people were sitting out here having a drink and just looking at the pool. At night too, the pool had lots of families and kids, not too many though. It was not overrun by people by any means. This is again a very high-end property, and I found that the attention to detail was one of the things I really liked, but the service, it was very high quality service all the way around. The hotel was built in the roaring 20s. You'll find that this room here provides quite a bit of history, and I saw people walking around that appeared to be visitors just taking in the history. Some of the areas of the hotel, such as the elevator up to your room, does require key card access, but if you were visiting the area and it was a busy season and you didn't want to spend $700 or $800 a night for a hotel, you can certainly visit and have a drink or even make reservations for dinner here. I did see some people who appeared to be business travelers strolling through the pool area, the indoor pool. Now that's got key card access too, but my guess is since they were in business casual attire, someone probably held the door for them, but they kind of stuck out. You could tell who was staying here and who was probably just looking around at the beauty and the grandeur that this property offers. I love to stay at these historic properties. This area here, this outdoor area, it reminds me of somewhere in time. It was beautiful. Kids were running and playing and having a great time. The kids that were here, even by the pool area, appeared to be quite well behaved. The Cavalier has a history with a lot of celebrities who have stayed there. So when I show you the room, you'll see right across from the room, they have a big picture of Elizabeth Taylor and information about when she stayed there, what her connection was to the hotel and the property. Several presidents have been here. To some extent, it reminds me of the Hotel del Coronado, but I will say that this property has been beautifully maintained. It has been maintained a period, but everything feels up to date. There's no issues with the plumbing or other parts of the property that I've experienced at other historic hotels where it definitely seemed like they needed to attend to some maintenance issues, but not here. So this is the elevator. There are only 2 elevators, but I love how small they are because this seems to period where it seems like this is what you would have experienced if you stayed here in the 1920s. Now this is the area where you will arrive, and these stencils on the wall that provide information. I loved this. I stayed on the 6th floor. The information that you'll see here is that one of the Coors brothers fell to his departure from the 6th floor and that there are apparitions which have been seen. And I thought, I'm not sure I need to know that information, or perhaps that information could have been provided in a different area of the hotel. So this is room 605 that I stayed in it, and we'll give you a tour. I did not experience any apparitions the night that I stayed here, but perhaps someone else can tell a different story of their experience at the Cavalier. Here is the controversial mini bar where I got charged for something that I did not have. If I was going to take something, it would definitely have been those snacks. I wouldn't have messed with the wine. I don't drink anyway. So this is the area where you would pay $24 for a miniature wine if you wanted to have a wine. But I will tell you, this room was immaculate. There was nothing out of order here. I felt very comfortable in the room. The bed was very comfortable. You've got a nice little seating area, but there was plenty of storage too. There were also 2 complimentary robes. This is a king-size bed. There's no bathtub here, so if you're staying with kids, I'm not sure if there are rooms with bathtubs. It took me a minute to figure out this coffee maker, but it made a really nice latte. And no plastic cups here. You get the real deal. You get nice china. But that coffee was really good in the morning. And sometimes I don't look forward to in-room coffee. I drink it, but it's like, oh God, in-room coffee. This was actually good. The room also had a nice fragrance, but it was not overpowering. The Marriott across the street has a much stronger fragrance to it, but this was really beautiful. The marble, you just felt, it feels luxe. Everything about it. I loved the products in the shower too. Those were great. They included a loofah. There's a vanity kit if you need that. And with this bathroom, there's again another robe available if you need to borrow one of those. But everything was immaculate. We oftentimes will point out the flaws in rooms. I cannot show you anything here that was not in perfect order. You know you're in a high-end hotel room when they do that to the toilet paper. I mean, everything about this was spotless. The only thing I will mention, I did not see an in-room safe anywhere. I looked high and low and found no evidence of a safe if you had valuables that you wanted to lock up, and I did not ask to find out where you might be able to store things if you had a passport or something that you wanted to be locked up. Now, I'm not quite sure if you put that for do not disturb or you put the tassel out for please clean the room, but I still thought that was a cute little detail. This is the booklet that you receive about the property upon your arrival. I mean, an entire booklet. Now look at this. Vacuum marks on the chair. Everything was so clean here. It was absolutely immaculate. We oftentimes point things out, and so I want to make sure everyone saw those vacuum marks. Now I'm taking you down into the basement. There's a bar here called the Hunt Room. You've got the spa over here, and you also have an area where you can meet if you're doing a wedding here, which I'll show you in a minute. So the Hunt Room has these animals hanging. It literally is about hunting. The gift shop here was open as well. I couldn't get into the main gift shop, so I do give you just a sneak peek here. And everything, again, it's like I wanted to buy things in here just because of the way that the merchandising was, even though I needed none of it. I'm going to take you into the gym here. You'll notice they have granola bars available in case you get hungry after that workout, headphones, and they even have a pommel horse. Yes, that's what you're seeing there. I should have done a demo for you. I'm not quite sure how to use this. I know it's for gymnastics, but I thought what a great touch, because back in the 1920s, maybe that's how people worked out. So the gym was beautiful. There was plenty of equipment here. There was no one in here obviously at this time, but they still keep the attention to detail. This is in the lowest level. Now, after we're done checking out the gym, I'm going to take you outside to the beach and to the pool area. There are also bikes that you can borrow if you want to ride a bike up and down the boardwalk. But I feel like in this gym, you could really get a great workout. There was a variety of equipment and weights available, everything you would need while you're on vacation to stay fit and healthy. To get to the pool and the beach, you are going to have to cross the street. That property that I showed you, this one on the left, is the Marriott. They have a really good ice cream place if you want to go over and get some ice cream. This is the Cavalier Beach Club. That was closed, but this is behind the beach club. So this is the pool that belongs to the Cavalier. There are additional pools for the Embassy Suites and the Marriott. I would guess, though, if you're staying at the Cavalier, you could wander over into one of their pools. And the beach is a shared access. So they're just this big strip of beach. All three properties have the same oceanfront view.